A very good day, dear students. So, as you all know me, my name is Shomudi, your faculty for robotics. So, now moving on from our previous lectures, previous sessions, we'll be going into our 11th session. Okay. And we'll be seeing the program flow and syntaxes for Arduino programming. Now, previously, what we have done is we have seen the program flow and the structures and everything. Okay, we'll be continuing that. So our hardware part is over, and we'll be continuing with the software part, and we'll go further into Arduino programming. All the details, everything we'll be getting in the sessions. So let us begin. So let us begin the 11th session. Now, there is a thing in Arduino that is known as Arduino serial print. Now, what is that and how it is used? I'll show you. See, what I have done is while teaching you many things, I will be showing you screenshots which I have taken while working with Arduino IDE so that you get a real-time feel that how does this thing that we are learning right now actually we can see it in the Arduino IDE. Okay, when we'll be working on the projects, we'll be seeing those in actual real time. Okay, hence I will be showing you how it looks like in the original IDE. First, let us come to know about certain things. Okay, in the very basic. So let me just put myself off, and here it is. Yeah, serial.print. Okay, what do you mean by serial.print? And the serial.print in Arduino prints the data to the serial port. So basically, when we are, for example, calculating something, when we are, for example, estimating something, after that, if we want to print it, are you getting my point? If we want to print it, and what do we mean by print? By print, we need to see it in the screen, right? We use serial.print. Okay, the printed data is stored in the ASCII. What is ASCII? ASCII is the American Standard Code for Information Exchange. That means, what do we mean by ASCII code, dear students? I hope everybody, we have done this in our computer classes, in our childhood, like school level classes. What do we mean by ASCII code? ASCII code is basically a certain number associated with each key of the keyboard, right? So basically, each key of the keyboard is associated with certain numbers, certain symbols. So that is what ASCII means. Okay, I'll be showing you the whole ASCII code chart. Okay, after the session or towards the end of the session. So this is basically what it does. Okay, in the ASCII format, which is a human readable text. So in a human readable text format, it gets stored. All right, let us see further. Each digit of a number is printed using the ASCII characters. The printed data will be visible in the serial monitor, which is present on the right corner on the toolbar. Okay, understood? That is how it will be. Now, these are very important screenshots or very important pictures that I have attached. You must understand the concept of it. Okay, first, what it says is the serial.print is declared in two formats, which are shown below. Number one, print value. Number two, print value, comma format. Okay, a special note, in serial.print, S must be written in the uppercase. Now, why I have attached these kind of pictures? These pictures basically show you how you need to write the syntax and in what format you need to write the syntax. Okay, so there are three important things that we need to know. This one is very easy one, so try to understand. When we are writing serial.print, so we must write S in a capital letter or the uppercase. The rest of the things, that is the ERIAL, PRINT print, everything must be in lowercase, okay, or in small letters. After that, we need to give a parenthesis. Okay. These are the three things that we need to take care in case of writing serial.print. Understood? Next. Now what I've given you information regarding the terms that we use and why they are important. Number one is the serial. It signifies the serial port object. Okay. So when we want to connect to the serial port, okay, function, the serial port, that is what serial is written for. Print and the parenthesis, this returns the specified number of bytes written. Okay. Then comes the value. What does the value signifies, dear students? It signifies the value to print, which includes any data type value. Try to understand. By value, what is value? See here. See, I have written in two formats. One is print value, another is print value format, right? So what is this value refers to? This value refers to the what we need to print, what we need to see on the screen, what we are providing. That is basically the value. Okay. Then comes the format. Now it consists of number base such as octal, binary, hexadecimal, etc. For the integral data types, it also specifies the number of decimal places. So generally what happens, generally you see, generally when we try to write the data type in a decimal format, what we do, how many decimal places we want to go through. For example, if we want to write 28.252, so that means we want to go to three decimal places, 252. After the point, after the dot, after the decimal, there are three places, 252. So we need to specify the number of decimal places that we want to show, right? Now that's for the decimal part. And if we want to represent the number in bases of 2, bases of 10, like octal, binary, hexadecimal, you must know these conversions. We need to specify them in the format. Okay. So value is the thing that we want to show. I'll show you how to print it. Okay, don't worry. All right, let us move further. Serial.print value. See, so the serial.print accepts the number using the ASCII character per digit and value up to 2 decimal places for floating point numbers. What is floating point numbers? When we are using the decimal. So see, when we are using the whole numbers or thing, we give the int. Okay, it is represented by the int. And when we are using the decimal parts, it will be characterized as float. Okay, that's for C++, you know. So see the example. See, serial.print 15.452732, some decimal number, random decimal number. What is the output that we are getting? We are getting 15.45. You see, only 2 decimal places from here are being shown. Understood? That's what is being said over here. Only 2 decimal places. So it sends bytes to the printer as a single character. In Arduino, the strings and characters using the serial.print are sent as it is. Okay. See this example. Serial.print, hello Arduino. Output is hello Arduino. So what is the difference between these two? See, try to understand it very clearly. Okay. These are the concepts that we need for project building. Okay. For actual project building. See, when we are giving characters like string, characters, when we are giving these kinds of functions, it is basically printing as it is, right? Okay, in these formats. But when we are giving decimals or when we are giving float, basically after the point, after the decimal, only 2 digits will be printed. Okay, that is the difference between them. Now, serial.print value, comma, format. When we mention the format also. Now, what is there? What is the difference? See, it specifies the base format and gives the output according to the specified format. It includes the formats octal, that is base 8, binary, that is base 2, that we generally use in case of digital conversion, decimal, we know, base 10, we use it daily, and hexadecimal, base 16. Okay, let us understand by examples. These are very important. That's why I've put examples everywhere so that it becomes very clear. See, serial.print 25, bin for binary, bin for binary, that is base 2. So that means, what does it mean? It means 25 need to be expressed in binary format. And dear students, when we are talking about digital electronics, when we are talking about binary conversion, we know how to convert it to binary, any number to binary. Okay, you know the formula, you know the process. So what our computer does, it basically converts the number into its binary form. Okay, so the binary form, if you convert, you will get for 25, the binary form is 11001. So it prints 11001. So what we are doing here, see here, what we are doing in serial.print only value, we're just printing the value, that's it. But here we're mentioning that this value need to be printed in binary format. Hence the binary conversion is done and the value is printed like this. Okay, then 58 hex means hexadecimal. Now you all might be knowing, must be knowing that in hexadecimal, after the numbers we use the alphabets like A, B, C, D, like that. Okay, so 58 is being printed as 3A. Understood? This is the difference between the serial.print only value and serial.print value and format. Next, the flash memory based strings. Now, if we want to pass the flash memory in serial.print based on string, we need to wrap the function statement with F. What does it means? If you want just to put it or show it in the flash memory to not save it permanently, what we need to do, just write an F like that, serial.print F in parentheses, of course, and in another parenthesis, the thing that we need to print. Okay. All right. See, so let's see an example. Let's see a full-fledged example of this whole thing. Okay. Void setup. The first thing that we need to do, what are we giving? Serial.begin 4800. That's the rate that is being specified. Don't worry about it. After the void setup, you might be saying the void loop. So I have already told you, just repetition of the fact that void setup is to basically set up the thing that is the premises of the code, the premises of the programming that we are going to do, we are going to learn. And then comes the void loop, right? What does the void loop does? It basically does is that what it basically does is that the part of the code that is going to run in a loop, in a continuous manner, basically. Okay, so for example, serial.print hello Arduino, we are giving it, and serial.print that \t. Okay, now here this slash t is used to print the tab in the output program. All right, so this is basically a full-fledged example. Okay, now we'll be seeing a new thing. Okay, what is that? It's called serial.print ln. Okay, everything is same, just the ln is an addition. Now what is it? Okay, what is the main difference? Now you need to just keep in mind the difference between serial.print and serial.println. Okay, and then we can work on it. The serial.println means print line, which sends the string followed by the carriage return, that is /r or the ASCII 13, and new line /n or ASCII 10 characters. It has a similar effect as pressing the enter or return key on the keyboard when typing with the text editor. The serial.println is also declared in two formats, which are shown below. That is number one, println value, println value dot format. So these are the two formats, very similar to the serial dot print. Okay. Now, as you might be knowing, ln basically refers to line. It's a short form of line. Okay. See, that's what I was talking about. What is the difference between serial dot print and serial dot print ln? Okay. The text written inside the open and closed parenthesis in the serial.println moves in a new line. With the help of serial.print and serial.println, we can figure the order and execution of certain things in our code. So what we are doing, if you just want to print it, we can write serial.print. If you want to print it in a new line, these two commands all together culminated in the serial.println. So it will be printing the output and in a new line. Okay, that's it. That's the difference. See with an example. So in the void setup, again, we have mentioned the baud rate to be serial.begin 4800. Then in the void loop, what you have done, serial.print hello, then delay for 1000. What is 1000, dear students? I hope you know. We have discussed in the previous sessions. It's the microsecond. 1000 microsecond is basically, it is being denoted as 1 second, right? So if you want to write 1 second, we need to write 1000, delay 1000, then serial.println Arduino, delay 1500. That is 1.5 seconds. Okay, milliseconds, not microseconds, milliseconds. Okay. Now, what we need to do, as I've shown you the process, I've told you the process, press the upload button and the serial monitor for the output. Serial monitor is where you see the output. Now, in the output, the word hello will appear, followed by the word Arduino 1 second later, as we have put a delay of 1000 over here. That is delay of 1 second over here. Okay, right? After 1.5 second, another line will be printed. That is hello Arduino. You see, the next line will be printed after the specified duration. Okay, and since it was written in the void loop, so it will be in a loop and the output will be printed repeatedly or continuously. Okay, I hope you've understood the difference between print and println. Okay, that was my purpose, to make you understand the difference. Now let us move into a totally different thing called serial available. Okay, or serial dot available. Now the serial dot available function in Arduino gets the stored bytes from the serial port that are available for reading. That's why it's called serial dot available. It is the data which is already stored and arrived in the serial buffer. The serial buffer in Arduino holds the 64 byte. Okay. Now, what is the purpose? What is the function? You see, serial dot available function inherits from the utility class called the stream. The stream is, what is the stream? The stream is only invoked when the function relying on it is called. Okay. The stream class is considered as the base class for binary and character based streams. Now again, the serial dot available, how it should be written and why it should be written like that, it is being shown over here. If you can see, yes, in the uppercase, the other thing, that is ERIAL dot AVAILABLE, everything in the lowercase, small letters, and then the parentheses. See, let's understand with an example, of course. See, let's read out and see the whole code over here. How to initialize the incoming serial byte? Int arriving data byte equal to 0. So this is how we can initialize the incoming data byte at first. Then comes for void setup. Okay, we have set the baud rate to be 9600. That is the bit per second. Serial dot begin. Then comes void loop, of course. Now this is a loop function that is executed continuously or repeatedly. Okay. Now, what is the condition that we have used? Try to understand, dear students. If this is about the if else condition. Okay. So if serial.available is greater than 0, that means it will only send data when the received data is greater than 0. Understood? Try to get the point. If we have put any data that is equal to 0 or no, or smaller than 0, then the data will not be received or the data will not be sent from, right? That is the purpose of serial.available. You can provide a condition like that, that if data greater than this or equal to this or lesser than this is available, then only execute further, right? Now the arriving data byte equal to serial.read, that is, it will read the incoming or arriving data byte over here. Then comes serial.print. What to print? Data byte received. All right. Again, in the new line, if you want to print in the new line, you can give serial.println arriving data byte, comma DC. DC is for decimal number. Okay, and then you close the open bracket. You close the brackets, the curly brackets. So this is the whole structure of the code, that how we can write and how we can include. Can you see we have included our whole session in this code? That is the print, serial.print and serial.println, and also serial.available. Okay, our whole session is concluded in this whole code over here. See, we can also check the errors in our code by compiling. What we need to do for that, we can click on the verify button. This is how it need to be done. The Arduino screen will look like this below image. This is the importance of images, dear students. This is why I have attached these many images, these many screenshots of real-time Arduino IDE. Okay. See, void setup, serial.begin. We have set up. Okay, and serial1.begin, two dates. Okay, two if conditions will be used. In first, see, in the command line, it's not needed for you to give the command line over when we will be doing the projects. Why I have used the command line, why I have given it, to make you understand, okay, what is the purpose of the line of the code. So in first, if the data is available in the port 0, okay, so in void loop, what we are doing, if serial.available int incoming data byte equal to serial.read, that is we are reading it. Then serial.print, what we need to print? Incoming data byte and in the byte format. Okay. If serial.available, again int incoming data byte, that is equal to serial1.read and serial.print incoming data byte in the byte format. Okay. After this, when we will print it, okay, when we'll click on the verify button, the done compiling will signify the successful compiling of the code. In the bottom part, it will show done compiling. Okay. So that was it for this session. Dear students, I hope you have enjoyed the session. And in this manner only, we'll be going into further syntaxes, further code snippets, and further pictures also, which I have taken from the real Arduino IDE while coding, while like testing some of the codes that we'll be doing in our project part, in the later part. So let us meet in the 12th session. Okay, let us meet further and let us learn more about robotics. That's it. Thank you very much.